What if I told you that one of the world's most essential commodities is heading for a massive supply crunch, one that could reshape the energy landscape and drive prices to unprecedented highs? And yet, almost nobody's talking about it. Today, we're diving deep into natural gas. Once hailed as a limitless energy source for the US and the world, natural gas is now on the verge of a major supply shortage. In this video, we'll uncover how supply constraints, geopolitics, and rising global demand are creating a perfect storm for natural gas and why smart investors are starting to take notice. This video is produced by the team at Capitalist Exploits. Headed by professional asset managers Chris McIntosh and Brad McFadden, the team hunts for deep value assets that are surprisingly contrarian despite strong fundamental cases for potential future appreciation. If you're looking to gain access and insight as to the personal investments of active hedge fund managers and in-depth reasoning as to why they've invested in the assets they're sharing, check the links in the description below. You'll get access to advice on how to allocate, organize, and think about your portfolio while joining a growing community of people thinking outside of the box. Enjoy monthly updates, open Q&As, regular newsletters, a community forum, organized portfolios, investing education videos, and more with the Capitalist Exploits Insider subscription. If you're not ready to fully take the leap, we also offer the Capitalist Exploits Insider newsletter series for $1 for the first 30 days and $35 a month thereafter. Do note, our investing strategy and philosophy can deviate a lot from the mainstream. We offer a money-back guarantee regardless, but make sure you're on board with our investing philosophy and global outlook before deciding to join us. The supply side of natural gas has hit a serious bottleneck. For years, the US relied heavily on natural gas produced from shale fields in regions like the Permian Basin and Marcellus Shale. But here's the problem. These fields are starting to mature. The days of easy gas extraction are over, and companies are now dealing with harder to reach reserves that are deeper and more costly to tap. This natural cap on production growth is tightening supply at a time when demand is only going up. Another big factor is the decline in associated gas production, gas that's extracted as a byproduct of oil drilling. As oil companies pull back operations and shut down wells, the natural gas that used to flow as a cheap byproduct is disappearing. And finally, after years of low prices, we're seeing underinvestment across the industry. Companies have cut back on drilling new wells, setting the stage for prolonged supply shortages. But while supply is hitting a wall, demand is soaring globally. Natural gas isn't just an American story. It's quickly becoming a key piece of the energy puzzle worldwide. The demand side of natural gas is rock solid and growing. But why? Because natural gas is a cleaner burning fuel that's become essential for electricity generation, heating, and industrial processes. In the US, natural gas is now the top fuel for electricity generation, accounting for almost 40% of the country's power. And as coal plants phase out and renewables struggle to meet baseload needs, natural gas has become the go-to choice to keep the lights on. But it's not just about the US demand. Liquefied natural gas exports from the US are skyrocketing, especially to Europe and Asia. European countries are desperate to reduce reliance on Russian gas, while Asian powerhouses like China and Japan are seeking stable and reliable energy sources. This surge in LNG demand is putting additional pressure on US natural gas producers to meet the world's energy needs. Plus, natural gas isn't just for electricity. It's used in heating, cooking, and essential industrial processes like fertilizer production, where there are limited substitutes. This broad base of demand provides natural gas with a stable foundation that's relatively inelastic, meaning demand remains strong even as prices fluctuate. With demand climbing and supply struggling to keep up, we're seeing natural gas take on a new level of strategic importance in the geopolitical arena. Natural gas is no longer just a commodity. It's now a geopolitical asset. With Russia's influence in the energy market and the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, Europe is facing an urgent need to diversify its energy sources. As Russia limits exports to Europe, countries across the continent are scrambling to secure US LNG contracts to fill the gap left by Russian gas. The US, with its abundant LNG resources, is stepping in as a critical supplier for Europe's energy security, pushing up global demand and prices. On the other side of the globe, China is taking steps to lock in its own supply. It's signing long-term LNG contracts to avoid potential shortages and ensure stable access to energy. This strategic move limits the amount of LNG available for other buyers, intensifying competition for US natural gas. What we're seeing now is a new era where energy becomes leverage in global power dynamics, making natural gas a strategic asset. But natural gas isn't just a geopolitical tool. It's also proving to be a vital hedge against inflation and a cornerstone of economic resilience. Natural gas presents a compelling hedge against inflation in today's volatile economic environment. Energy prices are climbing across the board, and natural gas is no exception. But instead of being a liability, natural gas investments can actually benefit from rising prices in the energy sector. This makes natural gas stocks especially appealing for those looking to protect their wealth from inflation. Beyond inflation, natural gas is essential for economic stability. Reliable energy is fundamental for a functioning economy, and natural gas is the backbone for many activities, from residential heating to industrial manufacturing. In other words, energy stability is economic stability. By investing in natural gas, you're aligning with a core component of national resilience. Now, let's talk about the unique investment opportunity that natural gas offers. A rare case of asymmetry where the potential upside far outweighs the downside. Essentially, years of low prices have made natural gas stocks undervalued and overlooked. But recent structural shifts in the market mean there's substantial upside for long-term investors who can see the writing on the wall. Due to the market's long history of low prices, natural gas stocks remain undervalued. This sector offers a contrarian play for investors who can recognize the potential for supply constraints and growing demand. With demand on the rise and supply limited, those who invest could stand to gain significantly as prices catch up to new market realities. However, it's also essential to recognize the risks. Many smaller natural gas producers are financially strained due to past losses and limited access to capital. The sector also has a reputation for volatility, with prices swinging due to weather patterns, geopolitical events, and seasonal demand shifts. But for investors who gradually position themselves and focus on financially sound companies, the long-term potential remains compelling. For those interested in a more stable way to invest in natural gas, the LNG infrastructure and export market offers a unique avenue for growth. Investing in LNG infrastructure and export facilities provides a stable entry point into the booming natural gas market. The US has become a top global LNG exporter, and major investments are underway to expand its capacity. With new LNG terminals being built and existing facilities upgraded, the US is well positioned to meet surging demand from both Europe and Asia. Infrastructure investments offer a more stable revenue stream than directly investing in natural gas. By focusing on LNG facilities and shipping companies, you can gain exposure to natural gas's growth while reducing exposure to commodity price volatility. With sustained demand for US LNG, these infrastructure assets are expected to remain highly utilized, providing steady cash flows. So, why should investors consider adding natural gas to their portfolio? To sum up, the natural gas market offers a unique opportunity, driven by structural constraints on supply, surging global demand, and the growing recognition of natural gas as a strategic asset. For those with a long-term view, natural gas represents an attractive investment with significant upside potential. Don't forget that natural gas is one of the many themes or portfolios that we have organized in the Capitalist Exploits Insider Members section. To gain access to the specific companies we're looking at and even more in-depth rationale about the natural gas industry and many other sectors, check out the links in the description below. The research used in this video is also available in the description below, and thank you so much for watching, and remember to stay informed.